Good afternoon, dear students. So, today we are going to again discuss about VHDL model of different combinational as well as sequential circuits as we are discussing. In continuation with that, we will today going to discuss about 4-bit adder. Okay, so the first circuit in today's lecture that we are going to see, that is a 4-bit adders, 4-bit full adder circuit. So now what this 4-bit full adder circuit does? It gives us some outputs that are provided for each output and a resultant carry that is obtained from the 4th bit. That means actually in a full adder circuitry what we have 3 bits, the input 2 bits A and B, and then carry that is C in. Okay, and then we get outputs that is a sum and carry. Okay, so this is the full adder circuitry. Now here in this circuit that we are going to discuss, here we are going to consider the binary numbers which are of a 4-bit. That means A is 4-bit and B is also 4-bit. Okay. So that means A, that is having 4 bits, A0, A1, A2 and A3, and B is having again 4 bits, B0, B1, B2 and B3. Okay. So here whenever we are going to add this circuitry or add these 4 bits, we require 4 full adder circuitry. Okay, so the block diagram for this, to perform this operation, we require 4 full adder circuitry. So I'll first draw these full adders boxes. Okay, let us say this is a full adder 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so these 4 full adders that are required for this circuitry, and then for the FA0 there will be input that bits that are A0 and B0, and then again there will be one input that is a input carry. Okay, so that means whenever we are adding these two numbers A and B, that time again we, as this is a full adder, so we need to consider carry from the previous calculation. So we have in the first adder circuitry, full adder circuitry, we will add this A0 and B0 bit along with a carry. Okay, then here output from this, let us say this as a sum from this is a S0, and the carry that will be out from this first full adder, that will be given as a carry in to the second, that means FA1 full adder circuitry. Okay, and here this carry will be added with the bits A1 and B1. Okay, so the input to FA1, that will be A1, B1 and the carry in, which is nothing but the carry out of FA0, and here we will get output sum, that is a S1. Okay, then again here there will be one more output, that is a C out, carry out, which will be acting as a carry in for the second FA2, where we are going to add the bits A2 and B2. Carry out from this will be input to FA3 and sum will be S2. Okay, that is the another output. For this there will be output sum, that is S3, and the inputs are B3 and A3, and output, that is a C out, that is the actual carry out. That means in a 4-bit full adder circuitry we will get sum, okay, that is a 4-bit sum, and one bit carry. Okay? So that we are getting in a 4-bit full adder circuitry. So here now we are going to write code for this circuit. Okay. So let us see what is the VHDL code for this circuit. Okay. Have you understood this 4-bit full adder circuit? All of you understood this 4-bit? काय केलंय आपण इथे की आपल्याकडे 4-bit इनपुट आहे आणि 4-bit 4 B input आहे. Okay, and then there is a carry input. So for adding these 4 bits, we have used 4 full adder circuitry. आणि या प्रत्येक full adder circuitry चं आपल्याला जे काही सम मिळणार आहे ती ऍज अ सम म्हणून आपण घेतोय. ते 4 बिट्स असतील आणि फायनल फुल adder ची जी कॅरी आहे that will be C out for this circuit. Okay. So now we will discuss about VHDL code for this circuit. Now here we can write this code in a 2 different ways. Okay. So first of all we will see how we are going to write this code using for loop, and after that we are going to see how to use a for generate loop. Okay. So the for generate statement. Okay. So first of all we'll see for loop. Okay, so for this, first of all, we need to VHDL code for this circuit. We need to first of all declare library, that is IEEE. Then add package. So use IEEE dot std underscore logic underscore 1164 dot all semicolon. Okay. So as usual, we need to declare library for VHDL code, and after that we need to declare entity. Okay. So entity, we'll give the name for this entity as a adder underscore 4-bit. Okay, as this is a 4-bit adder, so we will give the name as a adder underscore 4-bit is. Okay. Now after this we need to declare port. Okay. So here we have 4-bit input A, we have 4-bit input B, and also we have 4-bit sum. Okay. So for this, instead of using different bits for different input ports for each of these input line or input bit, we will use here a vector. Okay. So that means once we define or once we declare A, that will be taken as a A0, A1, A2, A3 and A3. Okay. So here for declaring this as a vector A, that is input port, and type std underscore logic underscore vector. Okay. Whenever we are declaring vector, we need to declare its range. So here 3 down to 0. Okay, that means we will have A in the form of A3, A2, A1 and A0. Okay, then we will declare B as a B, which is again a input port, and type is std underscore logic underscore vector 3 down to 0. Okay, semicolon is must after each of this declaration. So semicolon will be there. After that S, which is now S is a output port. So S output output. Then type is a std underscore logic underscore vector, and again range is 3 down to 0 bracket complete and semicolon. Okay. After that, let us take C as the output carry. Okay. So this is a C out, and now this is a only single bit. So we will use std underscore logic type. Okay. And C in, that is the input carry. So it is a single bit. So it is an input port. So in std underscore logic, and then as we have declared all puts, so bracket complete and semicolon. Okay? So लक्षात आलं आपण ते काय केलं, आपण वेक्टर घेतले आणि त्यामुळे आपण काय करतोय 3 डाउन टू 0 या रेंज मध्ये ते घेतले. त्यामुळे आपल्याला A3, A2, A1 and A0 किंवा B3, B2, B1 and B0, S3, S2, S1 and S0 या फॉर्म मध्ये आपल्याला हे सगळे डेटा टाइप्स मिळतील. ओके, नाउ एंड ऑफ दिस एंटिटी, सो एंड adder underscore 4 bit semicolon. Okay, now what is the next thing that we need to do? We need to declare architecture. This is the important thing that we need to do. So architecture of, let us give the name as a adder 4 bit. Okay, of entity name is a adder underscore 4 bit is. Okay, then here we are going to use a for loop. So for this we need to declare process. So because all these are the sequential statements, so sequential statements that we usually define in a process. So process. Okay, before that we should begin architecture. So begin architecture and then process. Okay, sensitivity parameters, that means the parameters which are going to change in this process, that are A, B and C in. Okay, and then for in this process we will declare one variable, that is a variable u, which is a type std underscore logic. Okay, and then begin of this process. Okay, here what we have done, we have declared one variable u, okay, which is of a std underscore logic type. So here we are going to assign certain value to this variable. Okay, depending on that value, we are going, this value of u will change. Okay, so here we are going to now begin with the process, and now we are assigning the value of scene to u. Okay, now here you see that I have used a syntax, that is a colon and equal to sign. Okay, colon and equal to sign, that indicates that whatever is the change in this value, okay, expression that we are writing, it will be immediately transfer that value to this variable. Okay, whenever we are using variable, that time we use this colon and equal to this assignment statement, and whenever we are usually using signals, that time we take it as a less than or equal to. Okay, so here we are taking this as a u colon equal to c. This is the assignment that we have done, and then we will use for loop. For I in, okay, so here we need to give the range, so 0 to 3 and then loop. This is 3 and then loop. Okay, so now we have to write expression for this sum. Okay, so now sum of I, that is equal to, now whenever we are considering full adder circuitry, what is sum? What is the expression for sum?
A XOR B XOR C in.
A XOR B XOR C in. Okay, the same expression will be there, but only here there will be a, we need to consider A of I XORed with B of I XORed with U. Okay, remember that here we are considering U not C in, because we have assigned value of C in to U. So whatever is the C out from each of this calculation, that we are going to consider as the C in for the next. Okay, so here U that will be assigned as the value, okay, which is nothing but the C out for that full adder. So this is a of I and B of I, okay, or B of I and U, or it is U and E of I. Okay. So now what this expression will do? It will assign the value, whatever is the result of this expression, that is as a U. Okay. So that means it will be considered as the C out for that full adder, and then that we will be using for the next loop. Okay. So this here we are going to end the loop. Then after that, C will be assigned with the value U. Okay, so whatever is the value of U, that will be assigned to U. And then end of the process. And then end of adder 4-bit. Okay. So here we have used a for loop for this VHDL code. Okay, we have used data flow modeling. That means we have used Boolean expressions, and then we have used a for loop so that we can calculate the sum and carry for this circuit. Okay, so anybody has doubt for this circuit or with this code? लक्षात आलंय सगळ्यांना काय केलं?
मॅम लूप सांगाल का?
Okay. So suppose in the first I is equal to 0, what will happen? S of 0 that will be equal to A of 0 XORed with B of 0 and U XORed with U. Okay. Now what is U? U we have assigned as equal to C in. That means A of 0 XORed with B of 0 XORed with C in. Okay. So this will be the first loop iteration for value, that is I is equal to 0. Again we have the value for U, that is we are assigning as a of I. That means now here it will take it as a of 0 and B of 0, or B of 0 and U, or U and A of 0. Okay, ज्याप्रमाणे आपण याच्यामध्ये सिंगल बिट फुल ऍडर मध्ये करतो A and with B, or B ANDed with C in, or U C in ANDed with A. Okay, so similarly it will operate, and then now here whatever is the resultant of this, that will be considered as a U. Okay, so now for the now in the next loop I will be having value, that is a 1. So now S of 1 will be A of 1 XORed with B of 1 XORed with U. Now this U is nothing but this C out. Okay, actually U will be now C out. ती व्हॅल्यू असेल जी काही तुमच्या पहिल्या फुल ऍडरची C out असणार आहे ती असणार आहे. ओके, सो दॅट विल बी XORed with C out. नाउ ॲज वी हॅव सीन इन दिस ब्लॉक डायग्राम. ओके, इथे आपण काय बघितलं की A0 आणि B0 आणि C हे जेव्हा फुल ऍडरला इनपुट म्हणून दिले जातील तेव्हा सम आपल्याला S0 मिळेल आणि त्याचं जे आउटपुट आहे ते आपण ॲज अ सी इन म्हणून दुसऱ्या फुल ऍडरला इनपुट म्हणून देतोय. ओके, इथे A1 आणि B1 प्लस दिस सी इन ऍड होईल. ओके, सो दिस विल बी द व्हेन आय ची व्हॅल्यू काय असेल 1 असेल, म्हणजे इथे आपल्याला आउटपुट S1 मिळेल आणि जे काही सी आउट आहे म्हणजे ती ऍज अ U म्हणून आपण कॅल्क्युलेट करतोय. ओके, तेच आपण ऍज अ सी इन म्हणून वापरणार आहे ना. आणि इथे आता जेव्हा आय ची व्हॅल्यू 2 असेल तेव्हा A2 B2 आणि जे आधीच्या लूप मधनं जी आपल्याला यू मिळाले होते त्याच्याबरोबर एक्सऑर्ड होईल आणि आपल्याला S2 बिट मिळेल आणि जी काही सी आउट कॅरी आउट मिळणार आहे ती काय होणार आहे B3 आणि A3 यांच्या बरोबर एक्सऑर होईल त्यातून आपल्याला S3 हे सम मिळेल आणि सी आउट हे जे काही आहे फायनल मिळणार आहे. सो ऍक्च्युअली वी हॅव कन्सिडर्ड ऍज अ यू. सो हिअर नाउ इन द आफ्टर एंडिंग ऑफ दिस लूप वी आर असाइनिंग व्हॅल्यू ऑफ यू टू सी. ओके, म्हणजे सी ला आपण यू ची व्हॅल्यू असाइन करतोय. सो जी काही यू ची व्हॅल्यू असेल दॅट विल बी कन्सिडर्ड ऍज अ फाइन. इन द लास्ट लूप इट विल बी कन्सिडर्ड ऍज अ carry out. Okay, then we are ending with the process and then end of this architecture. Okay, लक्षात आलं? Is there any doubt?
No ma'am, आता clear.
Okay, so this is a 4-bit adder with for loop. But in a VHDL language, there is a one more statement that is a generate statement. Okay, so for the same circuitry, we are going to write VHDL code using for generate statement. Now, what does for generate statement does? In a for loop, we have to write sorry, I was out of meeting for some time. So for a for loop, whenever we are using for loop, we have to write a process. Okay, आणि जी काही स्टेटमेंट प्रोसेस मध्ये असतील ती ग्लोबली अवेलेबल नसतात. म्हणजे तिथले जे काही चेंजेस आहेत ते फक्त त्या प्रोसेस पुरतेच अवेलेबल असतात. आणि त्यामुळे काय होतं की आपण जे काही करतोय ते त्या प्रोसेस मध्ये फक्त करतो. पण जेव्हा जनरेट स्टेटमेंट वापरतो तेव्हा तुमचे जे काही पॅरामीटर्स असतील ते ग्लोबली पण अवेलेबल असतील. म्हणजे बाहेरच्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये पण तुम्ही ते यूज करू शकता. सो इन दॅट केस वी यूज फॉर जनरेट statement. Okay, so let us see how to write code for this for generate we 4-bit full adder using for generate statement. Okay, so first of all, again as usual, we need to declare library. So library IEEE, then add package, use IEEE dot std underscore logic underscore 1164 dot all. Okay, and then we need to declare entity. Let us give the name full underscore. Okay, add 4. Okay, easy. Okay, sometimes it becomes difficult to give different names for each of the time, but okay, we have managed right now. Okay, so first of all, we need to declare ports. Okay, so let us declare A comma B. Okay, now in an earlier program I have written A separately and B separately, but here you can write in this way also, A comma B, that is the input. Okay, now you can use this as a std underscore logic type, or you can say it as a bit type. So for this I'll just write it as a bit vector. ओके, तुम्ही काहीही लिहिलं तरी चालणार आहे. ओके, पण मी आधी पण म्हटलंय की std अंडरस्कोर लॉजिक टाईप वापरणं जास्ती चांगलं, कारण त्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला जास्त लॉजिक लेवल मिळतात. ओके, सो दिस इज अ 3 down to 0 and then semicolon. Then cin, which is input bit. Okay, then sum, which is the output. and it is again a vector, bit vector, which is of 3 down to 0. Okay, and C out, that is out, and it is a bit type. Okay, all the ports that we have declared. So complete the bracket and semicolon. Okay, so here as we have declared all the ports, so end this entity. So entity, sorry, it should be end, and entity name, that is a full underscore add 4 and semicolon. So here up till now it was similar to earlier program. इथपर्यंत आपण जे काही लिहिलं ते सगळं सेम आहे, फक्त मी काय वापरलं इथे ए कॉमा बी वापरलं. आधीच्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये मी ए सेपरेटली डिक्लेअर केलं होतं आणि बी सेपरेटली डिक्लेअर केलं होतं. याच्याशिवाय मी त्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये काय केलं होतं की एसटीडी अंडरस्कोर लॉजिक अंडरस्कोर वेक्टर वापरलं होतं. याच्यामध्ये बिट वेक्टर वापरला. जेव्हा बिट म्हणतो तेव्हा त्याचे लॉजिक लेवल्स फक्त दोन असतात, एक तर 0 किंवा 1. पण जेव्हा एसटीडी अंडरस्कोर लॉजिक म्हणतो त्यावेळेस तिथे त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्ती लॉजिक लेवल्स मिळतात, म्हणजे डोंट केअर, देन there are different levels for this, so we can use that also here. So end of this entity, and after that now we need to declare architecture. Okay, as I am going to use a for generate statement, so I'll use a for generate as a architecture name. Okay, for underscore generate, this is a continuous. Okay, though for and generate, these are the keywords, but for underscore generate, that is not a keyword. Okay, because we have used here underscore, so it is a not keyword, so we can use it. So of full underscore add 4 is okay. Now here we are going to use a component that is a full adder. So we will use a component that is full adder. We have already declared or already written code for this. So sorry, this semicolon should not be there. Okay, so component full adder. Okay, for this port we have A, comma B, comma C. These are the input ports and of bit type. Okay, and C out, comma sum. These are the output ports, and again these are of bit type. Okay, so this is the port for these components, and then end of this component. Semicolon. Okay, now with this again I am going to declare one signal, okay, which this is the signal. Let us give the name as a car. Okay, this is a bit underscore vector, which is a, now instead of giving the range 3 down to 0, for this I'll give the range as a 4 down to 0. Okay, that means car is a vector which is having the bits from car 0 to car 4. Okay, so there will be 5 bits in this vector. Okay, now let us begin the architecture. So first of all, we will assign car 0 to CE. Okay, so that means this variable signal car 0 will have the value which is equal to Cin. Okay, then after that we are going to use a for generate loop. Okay, so we will give the name to this loop as a GK. Okay, GK colon for k in, okay, 3 down to 0. And then we need to, instead of using loop, which we use in a for loop, here we are going to use for generate word. Okay, so this will be for k in 3 down to 0 generate. Okay, and then we are going to now have a full adder. Okay, which is full underscore adder. Okay, that means we are going to use a component here. For this we are going to map ports, so port map, and then we are going to map the ports in the way car k comma a of k comma b of k comma car k plus 1 comma sum k. Okay, and then as all these ports are mapped, so semicolon, bracket complete and semicolon. So now what will be assigned to all these ports? So this car of k, that will be nothing but c in a full adder. Then a of k, that will be a in a full adder. B of k, that will be b. Okay, then car k plus 1, that will be c out, and sum of k, that is nothing but sum of this full adder. Okay, and then end of this generate gk, then c out now will be assigned to the value car 4, and then end of for generate. That means end of this architecture. So this is the code using for generate loop. Now here you can see that we have not used a process. So all these statements that we have written in the architecture itself, so all these are the concurrent statements. So this could be used in this VHDL code. Okay. Now can anybody tell me how this loop will work? Okay, I have written this loop. काय होणार आहे याच्यामध्ये? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
ऍक्च्युली मी आता परत एकदा माझ्या मीटिंग मधून बाहेर गेले होते. देर इज सम प्रॉब्लेम विथ माय डिव्हाइस. सो बट ओके, सो माय क्वेश्चन वॉज how this loop will work. Initially, what we have done, we have assigned the value of C in to car 0. Okay, and then we are considering this for generate statement. Okay, so we are having this for generate statement which will work for the values k from 3 down to 0. That means this loop will have the 4 iterations. Okay, so now the full adder, that component we are considering, so that is a full adder, and then we are mapping the ports to uh, the ports which we are having in this full adder. Okay, so we are mapping car of k to C in a of k to a in a full adder, and b of k, that is to b in a full adder. Okay, and then this car k plus 1, that will be C out, and some k, that will be sum out, output sum. Okay, so here now when the k is equal to 0, that time what will happen? When k is equal to 0, this car 0, okay, that means here this will be car 0, that means here this value will be seen, a of 0 and b of 0, and then car k plus 1, that means it will be car 1 and sum 1. Okay, 0. Okay, so here this will be, now in the next iteration this car k plus 1 will be considered as a carry in, then a of 1, b of 1, and then car k 1 plus 1, that means here it will be 2 car 2, and then sum 2. म्हणजे इथे आपल्याला काय मिळेल, दुसरा बिट मिळेल, सॉरी पहिला बिट सम ऑफ 1 मिळेल, म्हणजे दुसरं बिट मिळेल आपल्याला, आणि इथे आपल्याला काय मिळणार आहे, कॅरी मिळणार आहे, जी आपण पुढच्या लूप मध्ये यूज करणार आहे. ओके, अँड लास्ट कॅरी जी असणार आहे म्हणजे जी कार 4. ओके, so that will be assigned to the value of C out, and then end of this for generate loop. Okay, so this is the full adder circuitry which is having 4 bits. Okay, so this is VHDL code for 4 bit full adder. Now in your examination there was exclusively question regarding explain or write a VHDL code for 4-bit full adder using for generate statement. So that's so this is very important VHDL code, so that you need to remember how we are using this for generate statement. Okay, now let's move towards another circuitry, and now we are going to discuss about sequential circuits. Okay, so here let us discuss about one sequential circuit, that is a latch. So what is meant by latch? Actually, we know that this latch is nothing but a storage device. Now, these storage device, these are of two types. One is latch, and another one, that is a flip-flop. Now, can anybody tell me what is the difference between latch and flip-flop?
Ma'am, flip-flop can store 1 bit.
Okay, latch also store 1 bit. What is the difference between latch and flip-flop? Have you studied this? Flip-flop तुम्ही शिकलात ना सेकंड इयर मध्ये?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, ma'am.
Okay, so what is mean by flip-flop? Okay, let us forget about latch. Tell me what is flip-flop.
flip-flop is a sequential circuit which used to store a single bit.
Yes, it is a used to store a single bit. That means it is a storage device. So like that, latch is also a storage device, and it has two stable states. One is the high output and another one that is a low output. That means it may store a high bit or a low bit. So that is the latch. Okay, now in a latch we have a feedback path also. So that means here we are using whatever was the state in of output in a earlier state, that we are going to consider in this state also. That means in the current state, and that is why it is a sequential device. कारण आपण याच्यामध्ये previous state पण consider करतोय input साठी. So that is why this circuit is a sequential circuit. Now here in a latch, it retains the information of that device. Okay, so that means we can use this latch as a volatile memory device, and then it can store a 1-bit data as long as device is forward. That means till we are not changing the inputs, till that time it will store whatever was the information present at the output. So here the latch, that means as the name suggests, it latches on to the information and then it holds the data in place. Okay, now let us see what is the difference between latch and flip-flop. For the flip-flop we require clock, while for the latch it is not required, or if it is used actually in a flip-flop, output changes with the rising or falling edge of the clock signal. But here in a latch, output changes with the constant clock signal. That means whenever clock signal changes its state, after that only output changes. Okay, but sometimes that latch is that does not require clock also. Okay, so let us see the first type of latch. First latch, that is the SR latch. Okay, you have all studied about this circuit, SR latch. Okay, so that means it is a set reset, which is a asynchronous device, and it works independently of control signal. That means there is no any control signal that is required, and depending on the input at S or R, output will change. Okay, so let us discuss this SR latch using NOR gate. Okay, as you know that this can be implemented using NAND gate also, but let us see this using NOR gates. So we require two NOR gates with a two input NOR gates. So this is a R and this is a Q. This is a Q bar. Here this is a so this is the SR latch. Okay, now let us discuss about its truth table. As we know that, as there are two inputs, so 4 different combinations will be present. So I have written this one by one. So 0 0, S will be 0, R is 0, or S is 0, R is 1, or S is 1, R is 0, or both are 1 1. Okay. So now, can anybody tell me what will be Q and Q bar for 0 0? If S is equal to 0 and Q is equal to 0, what will be output? There are two outputs, Q and Q bar. Okay, let us assume that in the earlier state Q was 1 and Q bar was 0. So this is my assumption that in an earlier state, this Q was equal to 1 and this was equal to 0. Now, this is 0 and this is also 0. That means R is 0 and S is 0. Now tell me what will be output. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell me answer. This is an OR gate. Okay. What we have done, we have used a feedback from each of the output to input of this NOR gate. That means Q bar is connected to, let us say this as a NOR 1 and this as a NOR 2. Okay. So Q bar is connected to the one of input of NOR 1 where we have another input is R, and Q is connected to one of the input of NOR 2 where another input is S. आता इथे काय आहे, Q इक्वल टू 1 आहे आणि Q बार इक्वल टू 0 आहे आधीच्या केसमध्ये, आणि आत्ताच्या स्टेटमध्ये आपण इनपुट देतोय S आणि R दोन्ही 0 आहेत. ओके, सो इन दॅट केस now here as this 1 will be present at input of NOR 2. Okay, now as we know that if any one of the input of NOR gate is 1, output will be equal to 0. That
0.
means, okay, so that means Q bar will be 0 in this state also. Now this 0 is connected to NOR 1 as an input to NOR 1. Okay, now NOR 1 has both the input as a 0. That means output will be equal to 1. So that means if previous state input is 1 and Q bar is also 1, now in this state also we will get the output that is equal to 1. Sorry, this is output is 1 and 0, then again it will remain as a 1 0. Now we will take another case. If this is a 0 and this is 1, that means Q is 0 and Q bar is 1 and R is again both are 0 0. आता या केस मध्ये म्हणजे इथे काय आहे, प्रिव्हियस स्टेट मधलं Q पण Q 0 आहे आणि Q बार 1 आहे. तर या स्टेट मध्ये आता नवीन स्टेट मध्ये आपल्याला Q आणि Q बार काय मिळेल. आता काय झालं,
सेम मिळेल,
0 आणि 1 मिळणार आहे. ओके, येस, it will be 0 and 1. That means in a SR flip flop, if both the inputs are 0 0, then we will get same output. Okay, what was in the earlier state, that means it latches the output. Okay, so here it is latching the output or it is holding whatever is the output present in that circuit. Okay, now let us change this input. Okay, now we will make this S is equal to 0 and R equal to 1. Okay, now assuming that in the previous state Q was equal to 0 and Q was equal to 1 and Q bar was equal to 0. This is 1, this is 0, this is 1, this is 0. Now here as R is equal to 1, so Q will become 0 because if any one of the input that is 1 of the NOR gate, then it output will be
0 0.
So this will be 0. Now this 0 is connected to NOR 2. So here this is 0 0, so Q bar will be 1. So we will get Q bar that is a 1 and Q is equal to 0. So this is the reset state. कारण इथे काय झालं, Q 0 झाला, लो झाला, म्हणूनच आपण या स्टेटला काय म्हणतो, रिसेट म्हणतो. आता जर S1 असेल आणि R0 असेल तर काय होईल? Q1 होईल आणि Q bar 0 होईल. So this is a set condition, and then for 1 1 this is both will become 0. Actually this is a invalid condition. Okay, but here in this we usually try not to make both the inputs that is equal to 1. So we use these two conditions mostly to set and reset, and this for the storing the bits. Okay, so this is the SR latch. Now let us see this VHDL code for this circuit. Okay, so first of all, need to declare library. So library IEEE, use add package, use IEEE dot std underscore logic underscore 1164 dot all semicolon. Then declare entity. So entity SR underscore latch is okay. Now let us declare port. So the input ports are S comma R. These are input type, input mode and bit type, and outputs are, let us say, Q and Q bar. Okay, these are out bit. Then end of this entity. So as usual, we have declared library and entity. After that, we will write architecture. Architecture SR latch data flow of SR underscore latch is then begin. So here, as we know that here, this Q is nothing but R nor Q bar. Okay, we are saying this as a Q bar and this as Q. Okay, म्हणजे इथे काय आपलं अवेलेबल आहे? Q बार आहे आणि इथे काय अवेलेबल आहे? Q आहे. म्हणजे याच्यासाठीचं एक्सप्रेशन काय आहे? Q is equal to R nor Q bar and Q bar is equal to S nor Q.
Yes, not
Okay.
Q.
So these two statements we are going to use here. So Q will be assigned to Q bar nor R semicolon, and Q bar is equal to assigned to Q nor S. Okay, and then end of this SR latch data flow. Okay, so end of this architecture, and this is the code of this.
एक्सक्यूज मी मॅम. मॅम आपण बार नाही घेत ना.
Upper bar ha, just see this bar I have used a word, okay, for the signal. Just see here, the bar is not a keyword of that is used as a logical operator. इथे आपण काय केलंय? क्यू बार असं म्हणतोय, म्हणजे क्यू बार आपण डायरेक्टली बार म्हणू शकत नाही, लिहू शकत नाही ना, तर तिथे त्याच्यासाठी आपण काय केलं? क्यू बार हा वर्ड यूज केला. दिस इज अ नेम दॅट इज गिवन टू दिस आउटपुट पोर्ट. लक्षात येतंय?
हा मॅम.
म्हणजे आपल्याला कळण्यासाठी की ह्या क्यू बार आहे म्हणून आपण दिलं. याच्याऐवजी तुम्ही दुसरंही नाव देऊ शकता, म्हणजे पी आणि क्यू आउटपुट असं पण म्हणू शकता. पण मग आपल्याला लक्षात नाही येणार की हे त्याचा अपोजिट आहे, म्हणून मग आपण इथे ते जास्ती क्लिअर होतं म्हणून हे नाव वापरलं क्यू बार. तुम्ही याच्याऐवजी दुसरं कुठलंही वापरलं तर काही फरक पडणार नाहीये, त्यामुळे आउटपुट हे त्याचे सेमच राहतील. Okay, so remember that this is not a logical operator that we have used. This is a complete word that is given as a name to one of the output terminal of this SR latch. Okay,
ओके मॅम.
so only these two statements will be present in this architecture, and so this is the VHDL code for SR latch. Is this clear to you? सगळ्यांना समजलं?
येस मॅम, कळालं आत्ता.
Okay, so now for today we will stop here. In the next lecture we are going to discuss about different flip-flop circuits. Okay, so we are going to discuss their D flip-flop, then T flip-flop and JK flip-flop. So these three flip-flops that we will discuss in tomorrow's lecture, and then we will see what is VHDL code for all these three flip-flops. Okay, so for today we will stop here. I hope you all are completing your notebooks as well as assignments. Okay, now for the first assignment, last date will be Saturday. Okay, you have to complete that first assignment till Saturday only and submit it to me. Okay, is there any doubt about that?
मॅम, येस मॅम. मॅम, लिहू दे कशावरती? कारण सीसी म्हणलेले की HOD-ना विचारून सांगतो.
पेजेस नाहीये तुमच्याकडे? तुम्ही नोटबुक मध्ये लिहिलं तरी चालेल ना, तुमच्याकडे जे अवेलेबल आहे त्याच्यात.
ओके मॅम, चालेल.
ओके, तरी
मॅम कारण नाही, सीसी काय म्हणलेले की परत आणि जर असाइनमेंट नोटबुक दिले तर आणि तुम्हाला त्यात पण लिहावं लागेल, त्यापेक्षा मी HOD-ना विचारतो आणि सांगतो तुम्हाला की कशात लिहू दे. त्याच्यामुळे आम्ही कशातच असाइनमेंट नाही लिहिलंय असं.
काही गरज नाहीये तसं करायची. We can have this. तुम्ही तुमच्या नोटबुक मध्ये पण लिहू शकता आणि ते कंटिन्यू करू शकता, काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही येणार त्याच्यामुळे. पण तरीही ठीक आहे, जर तसं त्यांनी सीसीने सांगितलं असेल तर मी त्यांना विचारते आणि मग आपण लिहूयात. ओके, आय विल कन्वे यू दॅट मेसेज. ओके, ठीक आहे, चला आज थांबूयात आपण
ओके
इथे.
मॅम.
उद्याच्या लेक्चर मध्ये आपण पुढचा पार्ट डिस्कस करू.